General Treatment Products video training. We're going to set up bleed then feed. So okay, after it does this bleed cycle, it'll calculate time or a percentage of that time, and then it'll feed your R2 or your inhibitor. So I'm just going to put it on the R2 again. I'm just going to change the inhibitor where it's set right now. I'm going to hit my menu, go into my outputs, R2, which is inhibitor, but right now if I hit the maintenance, I'm going to pan down to the bottom. And you can see it's bleed and feed, which means it does them at the same time. So I'm going to hit the mode, and right below it, bleed then feed. That's not what I want to do. Bleed then feed. Okay, so I'm going to hit the check, and it's going to change the screen display a little bit. Handoff auto settings not really necessary because you do have that handoff auto menu, but now it has feed percentage, and the feed percentage is based on the amount of bleed time. If it bleeds for an hour, 50%, 30 minutes if it's going to be feed. So 50% may be a little high for you. You guys may want to change it to like 20%. Just type in your percentage and hit the check. Okay, so feed limit. I don't want it to feed longer than 20 seconds or 20 minutes. You know, I don't waste my whole drum. Reset the timer if it ever feeds longer than that. Reset output timeout. Interlock channels I want you to pay attention to. Make sure that your flow switch is done. Just because you set the flow switch, you set out the flow switch doesn't mean it's going to work. Activate with channels, which is the opposite of interlock. Activate with. If something else comes on, I want this to come on at the same time. You could be redundant and tell it R1, that's fine. But you don't want it to come on with the bleed and, because this is feed after bleed. Okay, don't forget that. And check. Minimum cycle. Get in the habit of setting it. I like setting it. The minimum cycle just means that you're going to come on for 20 seconds no matter what. If this relay burns out at 5, maybe it's the long suction lift or something like that, make sure you're delivering chemical. It does make sure that it stays on for a little while and it primes itself or anything like that. Hand limit time, again, explanatory. You put it to hand, goes for 10 minutes and then shuts back off. Reset time out total, it keeps track of how long it is for doing your maintenance. That's paying attention to the bleed or the R1. Very good. That's what it's supposed to be. It does give it the name inhibitor, which is the same as the other one, but it is bleed then feed. Okay, mode will tell you that it's in the right one. It could be bleed and feed, or it could be bleed then feed. You'd never know by this unless you go in there and you check your maintenance. Okay.